The community has spoken, and I got so many positive comments from USC community. Today, I bring you my first attempt at some solo-focused SC content. That's what the majority of your comments were focused on. Great, I'm all in. For those of you that did not watch the last video, you may want to check that out after today's video, but definitely not required. TLDR/W. I asked the Star Citizen community if they wanted to see content that was focused on solo gameplay, mostly PvE oriented, maximizing solo profits and skills, brain stuff. One commenter even mentioned that they had never seen this really done before. I could go on, but if you want to know more about why, when other creators usually recommend joining an org or sharing the game with friends, check out the other video. Alright, if you missed my last video, I did giveaway results in that. If you missed it since it was a satisfactory video, I am so excited to announce that commenter Racing Aces has won the giveaway. Thank you all so much for your support. He chose the LTI Consolidated Outlands Hover Quad and did confirm it was okay to share his prize selection. Rock on with your new bike. A note aside for a moment, I love bikes in real life, so I love riding all of the Star Citizen bikes. Let's read the winning comment one more time and get to the video. Racing Aces said, I agree with your statement. If you are getting shot at, you have already failed. I myself play 90% this style you described and have no issue making money while relaxing to music. I can't wait to see how your channel will grow. Good luck, nice content, and I'll be watching. Thank you. I'll be incorporating this philosophy in today's video. Very nice comment. You are my first audience members, and the best way that you can stay connected to my tiny channel is to share your experiences so I know that what I am focusing on has people out there that are interested. The next channel giveaway won't be too far down the line, but I have an idea for it, so please stay tuned. With the formalities complete, let's dive in. I always place timestamps on every video description, do chapters, etc. if you need to just see certain pieces. I hope you like that touch. Starting with the title of the video and picking up where we left off last time, I don't want to repeat myself doing a bunch of recaps, so take a look at this condensed graphic if you want to refresh yourself. Solo gameplay, tips, and discussions sound great. Let's start with in-game grinding today, with a day in trading. Another noteworthy component of the proposed content is that it should be specific on whether it is targeted toward current or future gameplay. Thus, we get to half and half. We can first explore a current patch play session, and then move into future speculation in another segment. 2 different times, or eras. This should help keep things segmented while learning about both current and future methods. Starting with the day in trading, let's set some parameters for our play session. Say that I have 2 hours to game. Additionally, I'm tired from work, house, and family duties, but I want to grind up for a new quantum drive. I need to make some quick, cheesy C, and I don't have time for shenanigans. In this scenario, I am even in an org, but for insert whatever reason here, the life of you, you're not risking losing your time waiting at a space station for repeated mishaps. Tonight, you strike out on your own. We will use me as an example moving forward. I log into the game, no friends are online. I lurk and chat, and while everyone is busy fighting around Jumptown, I keep an eye on the chat and head toward the ship trading console. I slide on in. The area around me isn't busy, and I spawn the carrot. Cost me a smooth AUEC, but she is my baby. She inspires me in current times, reminds me of dreams every time I fly her. Pleasure with work? Check. Free nutrient paste? Check. Spawn point? Check. I can run decent cargo since I'm broke after buying the Carrack, but it won't be the most profitable. I know that in this patch, I like back-to-back trade runs with as little camping on outposts as possible. A dependable, no-nonsense run is just what I need from the game today. I'll also be responding to the fried industry peeps and keeping an eye on in-game chat for any potential disturbances. When I walk into the Carrack, I always walk backwards when I enter and exit, keeping as much reasonable field of view as I can. I'm a one wolf pack today and don't have no time for hitchhiker shenanigans. Slide on back to the elevator next, get upstairs and to the bridge. When I sit, I sequence power, engine, spool quantum, and smack that comms button until I get the hangar bay open. I'm at Port Tressler above Microtech. I like to log off here for a quicker departure. I set my scopes for some astatine and some fluorine. I don't go Laranite or big game with trading on my first run on a server, ever. Stability checks, shenanigan checks, those are all my job too. Commit to it and get to it. I pick up the goods. I head back to New Babbage. I don't take the time to land at the spaceport. I land at the planet's surface entrance. It's easy to find directly across from the spaceport railway. I didn't bother loading up a bike when I took off to test the waters for the server, so after making the sale, I grab one on the way back out. Sometimes I grab a Pisces. I love that little bugger. Cool. Full run in about 25 minutes, and I know that when I get into the zone, I can go faster. Peeps are complaining in the chat about the usual. Good. Let them stay busy. I know I need to be on top of my game when I'm actually burdened with cargo, and I try to pull at least 350 meters per second when I'm coming in for pickup at an outpost. This run I'm doing today is great because it doesn't have an atmosphere, and I have tested the depths of this route. You can run it back to back and switch it up for a nearby run if you need to be flexible. That's important. Options. Regardless, if you are getting shot at, you already failed the mission in my opinion and lost some of your 2 hours of playtime. So, be careful and cut cruise control at least a few thousand meters out from the outpost, robotic smooth like. For current trading gameplay, I have a list of routes I have condensed over time that I like to test each patch. I like to track the changes and keep several active route options open, depending on where I am. Naturally, I'm going to do a trade run if I fly out to ArtCorp to pick up some gear. I need alternative routes with proven experience and repeated practice that I know better than pirates. And sure, I'm going pretty fast. I'm not sticking around with a load of cargo. I'm not flying reckless either. I recommend putting the time in to learn how to fly with authority and purpose. But I'm running a carrack by myself and risking money. I have to consider that too. I don't have issues with this. I haven't been shot down personally in years. When you know your current industrial gameplay loops well, you try to maximize your movements and not dawdle. I love pushing myself to get as many runs in as possible in an hour. I push it another few meters per second each run, or try to combine routes and get a new most profitable combo route. Profits are fun. I'd rather work on that than combat, so how about I share my little list with you? You can find my little graphic here on screen of my favorite routes to track from patch to patch. I hope it serves you well. It isn't exhaustive by any means. I'll also post it on the T.F.I Reddit page so that you can copy it easily. Let's move into the future speculation segment, the other half. As with the Ferengi, Quark, keeping an eye on potentially lucrative opportunities necessitates a certain amount of attention be given to what is expected, seemingly just over the horizon. With Star Citizen and YouTube, others tackle this in a variety of ways. I want to try it this way, which is based on your feedback concerning what was discussed in the prior video, so let's do a dry run. After my play session, I am checking the RSI website and watch my favorite YouTubers' latest videos. I hear about upcoming information on cargo. I hear about the raging wildfire on Spectrum. I hear about content creator burnout. Called it, checked when my last video was uploaded and when we started hearing about it. Super serious. While doing that, I'm still logged into SC, in a safe area. I decide to stretch my character's legs and prepare to log out for the next play session. I'll likely be limited on time, so I want to be prepared to get to it when I log in again. While shopping around for med pins and whatnot, I find myself contemplating whether I should pick up some grub for my next play session. Just then, I see another video of a YouTuber that is completely out of character. The video really resonates with me, and in the end I finally decide enough is enough. I'm not watching quietly anymore. I'll do it myself. We need more positive content that makes the SC project a better place, and just a better world in general. I feel like there are a lot of people, like myself, who are quiet in the community like I have been, that don't focus on the noise, and just want to enjoy the game as it is now, and have a good time discussing profits and professions to come. So, snapping back as to whether or not to purchase grub for my next play session, I ultimately decide, as usual, that if I am using the carrack, I don't need it. Why would I take the time to pick up food when I can just lay on the medical bed and receive sustenance that way? Then, I start thinking about future solo gameplay. Specifically, what kind of adjustments to my actual regular activities while interacting with Star Citizen will I have to make? When they add more functionality to medical, for example, will my carrack lose its spawn point? Or regen point? I appreciate the security of the regen bed in the carrack when running cargo now, but how will medical gameplay development ultimately impact my bottom line? As I log out, I continue to ponder my current playstyle and how it could be impacted with something like the medical mechanic. I'm reminded of what happened to my Cutlass Red. I loved that ship. It was my ultimate shuttle for the longest. I was even able to squeeze a Grey Cat rock into the back. But not too long ago, it lost its regen point functionality. I knew this, I knew it was coming, and still used it until the day it was updated. I think about whether the red will become viable for me to use that ship for industrial production-oriented purposes once again. I then see some YouTube videos talking about the Banu merchantman. Good. I don't care how long she takes, because I don't want to deal with the paperweight once it arrives. I am happy to have so much new information and images to digest of the BMM over the last few months. Sharing all of the development of this ship in particular allows CIG to make a connection with its backers, and a lot of us interested in this type of gameplay love all of the possibilities with this vessel. That's cool. I then also hear new information about how the Vulture is progressing through the phases, coming closer and closer. Now that's a ship that I have been waiting for. The Corsair too? Is this Drake's year or something? Can't wait to see both of those ships in game. I am very interested in how salvage will shape up and how it will differ from the mining experience. I already have ideas on detailed content for you on the Vulture. I can't wait to see what they came up with for the Tier 0 after all of the delays. I also look forward to keeping you updated on my experiences with refueling when that comes in. Now would be a really good time for you to boop that like button. Booping that like button really does help me analyze whether or not I am providing the type of content you really want. The format of the videos would be a good example. In each video, I have been doing a concluding comments section where I ask for your feedback, go over what's next, and practice getting better at being informal with you while not boring you to death. Commit to it and get to it. I practice what I recommend. So, what do you think of my video format? Do you like the way that I told a story for current gameplay? How about my future era or segment? When thinking about the immediate future of my gameplay sessions, I will primarily use the Carrack. Probably, the most important reason is the free nutrition and spawning location. Even though all of the systems aren't online, that's okay. I'll have many of hours of training on my ships by the time the intended gameplay loops are in there. Even though the Carrack is my best daily driver for now, each of its facilities always inspire me to look ahead and enjoy the theory craft for what it is. Yes, of course, the Carrack can do more with multiple people, but don't you see? Some people like the challenge of getting something done without having to depend on any schedule but their own. Their own work, their own grit, their own story. I also think about when we will hear more on Rastar, the interface that, on a basic level, SC will have for base building, and probably much more in my opinion. I hope to hear more about that soon. I constantly keep tabs on where different professions are in development too, but I don't plan to be covering proper news on these things specifically. I plan to use the future speculation or era segment for the purposes of contemplating what I am currently doing or discussing in the game. Essentially, sharing my thoughts and having conversations with you about ship choices, game professions, upcoming systems, and how it will impact solo gameplay and industry-centric theory craft. What would you like me to discuss? Small-scale industrial fleet or hangar rosters? Game professions, thoughts on systems like Rastar or AI blades, or a combination of whatever is on my mind? Let me know in the comments down low. I'm very active there. I'm not going to do this every video, but I feel like this needs to be addressed since I'm very new to the scene here. Apparently we need to remind the community that they are individuals. Let me explain. Even since I posted my first SC video, I've already had a comment on another YouTuber's channel that told me and another that you or I needed to be in an organization to be successful. Let me clarify this again. The people that this content is geared towards is for a what can you accomplish perspective, how to stay involved in the project, play the game now, and enjoy it with a healthy rate of consumption, how I play solo, why I play solo, how you shouldn't let people lead you to believe that you can't or shouldn't play solo, how to play smart with limited time, all that. Also, hopefully this video reveals somewhat how I can keep loving Star Citizen, enjoy it now, and not succumb to the negativity. I want to follow this game's progress with you and discuss how it impacts your direct gameplay experience, no one else's, yours individually. Further, I want to share beyond just basic solo tips like how to lose someone, individual perspectives that help you operate like a Vulcan and profit like a Ferengi. My thoughts, not CCU or cash buying guides, not PvP focused perspectives, military, no. A community of hardworking business folk who want to share how they get the most fun and productivity for the time they put in. Let's do our part to contribute positive experiences and stories to this fried industry we seem to be facing in recent years. If you liked today's video and would like to see more, be sure to check out my videos for something else that may pique your interest on the channel. If you would like to see something specific or have a question, reach out to me in the comments down below. More is on the way. Star Citizen, the space sim, automation, and base building genres deserve a community like this, both for gaming entertainment and for brain food. Lastly, if you made it this far in the video and you liked my content, please boop that like button, subscribe if you think I earned it, and share this video with friends. Please check out my Reddit page r/thefriedindustry. That's where I'm posting the latest info on upcoming stuff for the time being. One day, my goal is to unlock the YouTube community feature so that I can interact with you, take polls, and all the other stuff and things. All links will always be in the description of every video. The fried industry needs you. Stay fresh, stay effective, and stay you.